going on, people? OTG guy here. Today I'm gonna talk about the fight that happened last night between Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Um, Man, it was a good fight. Most of y'all know I was Team Conor or Team McGregor or whatever they want to put it, But like I said before, I mean, Mayweather knows what he's doing, man, and he showed it once again last night. But man, I felt like they almost switched styles on each other. Like Connor was boxing. He was really he was doing it. And Mayweather, it just seemed like he wanted to lay on Connor a lot, but it worked for him. Uh, I you know they stopped the fight, and which I guess in boxing, that's what it is. Um, but that wouldn't have happened, if it was UFC. You know, I think a lot of the Conor fans will be mad about that. It's BS, blah blah blah, whatever. But he was boxing. Simple as that. He was boxing, so he was playing by the rules of a boxer. So we can't be mad about that. But I don't care what anybody says. Even if you are a hardcore Mayweather fan, you gotta give it up to Conor, because man, 10 rounds. There's professional boxers that ain't even go that long with them. So I mean, regardless, you got to give it to Conor. I think it was a pretty good fight. I didn't really think it was a fight until about the fourth round, and then Mayweather started coming out, and he said, "All right, look, we got to do something here." And but yeah, the first 2-3 rounds, man, Conor was on him and everything. Of course, that's how Mayweather is. He'll let it go for round, 2 rounds, whatever, get the feel of him, and then he'll start working them, and that's pretty much what he did. But and it's also funny because I seen some of the YouTube videos and stuff like that, and man, lo and behold, and this is kind of off subject, but lo and behold, some of the comments, I started getting to like racial stuff. I said, "Are you kidding me, man? Already, it ain't been 24 hours, and people already turning it into a race thing." And I had said something to people before. I said, watch. I said, somehow, some way, it's gonna turn into a race thing. And get that out y'all's head, man. Just as y'all seen, if you watched the fight, and you seen at the very end, the first thing Conor did, he's like, "Get out of my way." Went straight over to Floyd and was like, "Good fight." You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's two guys. Floyd, top of his, top ranked person in the boxing league, and Conor, same thing. One of the top contenders in the UFC, and they decided, hey, let's make some money off of it, and that's exactly what they did. And but yeah, it's I seen like I said, Mayweather just he kind of looked like he was leaning on Conor a lot more than what he normally does. Most of the time he's running around the ring, duck and dodge and all that stuff. And Conor wasn't trying to do that. I did see, on both sides. Now, granted, Conor's going from a UFC and the boxing, so yeah, it's a little hard for him to make that switch. But so of course they did have to call him on a couple of things. They was like, watch the back of the head, all that kind of stuff, which is understandable. Like I said, being that he's coming from UFC into a boxing ring. But what surprised me is Mayweather on a few things. You know what I mean? Like there was a couple of times like he tried to sneak one in on him or something like that, like in the middle of them splitting up or whatever, or like right there was one time I can't remember which round it was, but it was like right at the end of the round. You know what I mean? Like Mayweather reached over and tagged him, and it was like it was clearly the round was clearly over with, and Mayweather pulled that. So I mean, it was, that was dirty, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, regardless, those things. It was just it was a love tap kind of thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything like it would have truly made a difference in the fight. But I mean, personally, like I said, I was going for Conor. He lost. He went 10 rounds though. I ain't mad at him. I think it was a pretty good fight. It's crazy, but yeah. So I think I even seen one YouTube video said something about Conor wanting a rematch because he didn't like the fact that they stopped the fight or whatever, which I could understand. Like I said, in UFC they wouldn't have stopped it for that. But he's a step 2 boxing ring, boxing rules. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Honestly, I think it's time for Mayweather to just hang them gloves up, man. Just lay back. He had all that money he had to pay in taxes, so he better just take that money and run with it. He made $100 million off the fight, not including all the sponsorship and stuff like that. So yeah, he's sitting real nice right now. But he just need to pay them taxes off or whatever it was he had going on with all that, and just hang the gloves up, man. I think if he does try to get back in the ring with Conor again, I think it might be a different result. I think Conor might have him. Like I said, a lot of people didn't think he'd last, but he went 10 rounds with him, and I don't care who you are, you gotta give the man respect for that.